Hello everyone, Phoenix here, and welcome back to Bedrock in Minecraft. We're back here at my castle that is still unfinished. That will be at some point, just not today. But we're back here because last episode I mentioned how we would go over part of the reason why I built a wool farm. Because I did kind of have a specific reason in mind to build it, and just figured everybody else would also probably appreciate getting some use out of it as well. So let's take a moment and we'll go over that here. I just gotta sleep quick to get rid of the rain, and then we'll see what my project is. Alright, so with the rain gone, see, we're outside my base here now. If we come down this side, we haven't really walked around the mountain too much to kind of see what the area around it looks like. But if we come down here, we can see there's actually a very nice kind of valley area down here off on the side. And you may have seen a quick peek of a project I've started, so let's go down, take a look, and we'll go over what it is. Alright, so down here in this area, as you can see, I have some signs marking that 400 border. But castle right up there, it's a really nice view of it from here. I decided that this area looked too good. I couldn't not build here. So initially what this particular starting build is, and you may be able to already guess kind of from this little bit I've done here, we have a natural hot spring that I've maybe helped along a little. But I am going to be building, kind of maybe my interpretation, or the best I can, of a Japanese bathhouse. A natural onsen. We have, the mixed onsen there. And what we're going to have, you're going to be able to walk up the steps here, be able to come inside. I'm going to have, like men's and women's changing rooms. Maybe a little locker storage area here. Maybe the desk here. And then we'll do a few floors up. Maybe we'll have a few rooms type thing. But to me, this area just looked too good to not build in. And I needed the wool to kind of lay out, the building and stuff. Initially, I had thought of maybe building a little village in this area. Because as you can see, we got a nice river right here. It's just a very picturesque view. But I think maybe have changed that slightly, and instead of a village, I maybe want to do like a little resort area thing here. So we'll have the onsen, and then maybe we can put a few shops, a nice little walking path to the river here. We do have more sides to the mountain around it, so we can certainly put a village in at somewhere around here. But I think, maybe coming this way we can do maybe a little bit more of the village, or a village. But I think for the moment at least, I want to concentrate on getting the bathhouse done. And I've fed the pandas, so they'll stick around, so we have some friends here. But I want to work on the bathhouse, and then I said maybe a little resort type thing here, some shops, some little spots to relax maybe. I mean, just imagine having a nice onsen right there, and the view from here. We got the trees, we've got our castle that if I ever get around to finishing it, we'll be right there in the view. And I'm putting the entrance on this side, just so, can fly in if people want to. Plus with the sun right there, I said walking up here with the setting sun behind you going, yes, I'd like to take a nice relaxing bath, and just having that golden glow behind you. We'll have to do some kind of pathway, I think, leading up to the castle here. A nice mountain stairway maybe. One that kind of zigzags, down the mountain type thing. But that would be kind of the initial reason why I wanted a wool farm. I was like, I gotta lay this out. I think I'll use wool. But I don't really have a lot of wool. And I don't want to go chasing sheep around. I'll just make a wool farm. So I think what the next step is going to be is gathering the materials to get started on that. I think the block palette is going to be similar to this with the white concrete. And I think I'll go with dark oak. I was practicing a few things in one of my creative test worlds, and I just kind of liked the look of it. It's not an untraditional color pairing. I just wish we had maybe, it'd be nice to have some like vertical slabs with wood, something a little thicker than the wood fences. It'd be neat if somehow we had like slabs that were thirds, so I could have, say, concrete slab, wood slab. But I mean, that's getting a little too into it, I think. Just wishful thinking more than anything. So we'll sleep, and then we'll get started on gathering the materials. Alright, progress update. As you can see, I've gotten a little bit more done in getting the basic layout in place. I came up with this kind of little front door design. I thought it looked kind of neat with these as kind of some nice little see-through panels. We have the flooring down here in the main floor. I think it has a very nice Japanese Asian feel to it. And yes, that was a lot of logs. We have kind of the start of what's going to be the shower rooms. We have a floor drain in place. I have these as floor drains. We even have some running water draining out. For a little detail. Put some natural stone here. I think I like this so far. I don't know if I'm going to change this to something else, but I like the look of it. And the deep slate here. It also kind of resembles like a wet floor. So it looks like this is a little wet from people when they're washing up. And of course we got the white concrete. And our little front desk area here. So when the people come in, somebody will be here. They go, oh, hello. And, you know, they'll take their... Yeah, I don't think we'll charge them money, but they'll, you know, kind of show them where to go. We'll have the storage room here with the lockers. So we're making some good progress. I've got some more building to do, and then we'll come back when I've got some more of the structure in place. Alright, here's the next update. As you can see, I have most of the structure in place now. Walls are up, a little bit of decorating done. And we'll go take a look inside. I've been working on that a little bit too, kind of at the same time I was putting everything else up. Still a lot of torch spam, but as you can see, I kind of added some privacy doors to the washing areas. A couple of little privacy screens, just so, you know, as people are coming out, not watching the people in here type thing. It goes along with the story, folks. I added some of these screens, as you can see, some of the birch trap doors to the inside. What that looks like from the outside is that, you know, there's a screen behind that there, trying to give it a little bit more of a windowy look, you know, something they can close off for privacy or at nighttime. And then a staircase, and as we come up we can see kind of the layout of each of the rooms. Not many of them, but I mean it's good for what we're doing. It's more just for the look than anything. I'll add some beds and I'll try and make them functional as well. Some of those in here too, and this unit here and the next one, as you can see, are a little bigger, so they have some private balconies. You can come on out here and gaze at the sunset as it's going down and look over this way and see the water and all the pandas. You know, not a ton of windows, you know, some of these more for air circulation, but obviously with the hot spring right here, you're going to want some amount of privacy. They get kind of a view into the hot spring, but that's okay. I mean, they're going to be here to enjoy it anyways. No private baths in there because, you know, obviously. And of course, you know, it is a bit private from the outside here. I may dress up the landscaping along here a little bit. You know, don't want monsters to kind of, you know, walk down and go, oh, hey, I can come on in too. Although it would be kind of amusing to see some zombies hanging out in there. But that's what we got so far. I still don't have the roof on yet. That's what I'm going to be working on next. I know roofs tend to be my nemesis. But I do have some ideas for how I want to do this one. Not exactly sure the material yet. I got to play around and creative a bit, come up with something, and then we'll come back when I've got a little bit more to talk about. I want to try some of the weathered cut copper blocks for the roof. Yeah, try saying that 3 times fast. I have copper. I just don't have any weathered yet, so I'm going to have to make a David of my own here, I think. And, you know, give it a little time for that, and then we can try throwing some up on the roof and see how we like that. Yeah, this is going to take a while. All right. A good amount of time later, and let me tell you, Mojang, listen. If you could come up with some way to speed up the oxidation process of copper, I'd appreciate it. That aside, it is finally done. Our onsen is complete, and I thought we would start up here because I have also added another little feature. So, without further ado, let me present to you my interpretation of a Japanese onsen. I think it came out pretty darn good, especially considering it was my first time doing anything remotely like this. As you can see, we now have a mountainside path bringing us down. Very picturesque view. We get to kind of see the whole layout. I went with cut copper blocks for the roof, well, for the accents of it at least, kind of the trim, and copper blocks for the main part of the roof. Now, yes, all of them are not fully oxidized like I wanted. That's part of me asking Mojang to come up with something to make it faster. I could not wait any longer. It was like watching paint dry, only less exciting. But once those all turn that kind of nice turquoisey color, I think it'll look fantastic with some dark prismarine accents. And I went with warped wood here. I was thinking maybe prismarine, but I kind of like how it's dark as well to kind of match the dark prismarine a little bit too. Why do we not have copper fencing or cut copper fences? I would have loved those for some of the pieces. Now we can still do quite a bit of decorating in the area, but for all intents and purposes, the main part of the build here is complete. Like I said, I can still dress this up a bit, a little more plants, maybe some nice fencing or stuff along the side here. But I am very happy with how this came out. Maybe do something along the sides here a little. I tried to make sure I had plenty of lighting all around. As you saw during the quick tour, this is our entrance area with the reception desk. Whoop, let me do this the correct way here. Yes, the whole floor is made out of crafting tables. I just kind of liked the look of the top of it. Reminded me a lot of various Asian floor blocks I've seen. So I thought it would be interesting to give it a shot. So yeah, people want to come in, we can greet them here and then kind of, tell them what's going on. There's storage here, they can keep some of their things in. The way I have them separated is regular chest, trap chest, and that's just so that they wouldn't join together when I put them side by side. We have, I gotta decide which is going to be which is which room here, generally speaking. We have the showers here where you can wash up before you go out into the tub. And here out in the tub area we have some lounge chairs, maybe a table people can sit and have a drink at. Then they can just come and soak in the hot tub area, with the natural spring more in the hot tub. Peaceful. You get a nice view of the staircase, and people coming down will be able to kind of see the whole area too, so it'll be a nice kind of walk into it. These, a little bit of privacy. And I used the coarse dirt for the path here, kind of show that it's worn and people are walking on it a lot type of thing. This right now is a path block, but I might change that. This was just kind of to mark out a little pathway leading down to a little dock I built while I was at first waiting for the copper to oxidize, which is no fun. I figured I'd do a little fishing, just to kind of kill some time. Made a little dock. Might jazz it up a little bit, I'm not sure. We have a bunch of pandas, like I think 4 of them that I have. Hello, you are very cute. And I fed them, so they're sticking around. That is not going to be an issue. They will be around here. So our guests will be able to come and visit with the pandas as well. And we'll walk on up the path here. Try to keep it kind of a reasonable path. Nothing too steep. Wouldn't want guests to kind of fall halfway down the mountain, really. We'll come overlook our area here. And I believe, if I can pronounce it correctly, I have a very good name for our area here. This is going to be the Nichibatsu Onsen, if I am pronouncing it correctly. Which, if I am correct, which, who knows, I very well might not be, means sunset or equivalent nighttime, sundown, that kind of thing. And sunset is generally the best time for this mountain anyway, because especially if you're flying in and you've got the sun, back there lighting up behind our castle that I still will get to finish at some point, I haven't forgot. And then now our onsen down here. If we come in kind of for the fly-in, have the sun going down over there, lighting this up with a nice golden glow. I think that's about as apt a description of our area as I could think of, really, is sunset. So, Nichibatsu Onsen. And with that, I believe the sun has set on this particular episode. If you like what you saw, please hit that like button. Go ahead, subscribe as well. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you guys kind of like watching me make these videos, and that way I'll keep making more. But for now, as always, my name is Phoenix, and this Phoenix has got to fly. I'll catch you next time.